Warning, this show contains strong language and topics that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello wrestling fans and welcome to another edition of the Suplah. I am Andy Kwok and with me as always is Sam Brooks.
Now, I know there's some important issues that you want to discuss today. Most and foremost about the toy.
Yes.
So hang on,
Ladies and gentlemen.
Before you go on your whole rigmarole, let me just find something to do whilst you bore me to death.
No, it will be 4 sentences.
Okay, let's go then.
The title belt has left us. It is in Bristol. Janie is your reigning defending champion. I will take it back. Why are you laughing at that?
Because it's hilarious.
It's not hilarious.
It's absolutely fucking hilarious.
It's the Super City Hall Championship, and now it's like 400 million miles away. What the hell? That doesn't make any sense.
It was a good idea for Janie to fight for it in the first place?
It wasn't my idea, it was Liam's idea.
So it was one of the creators' idea?
Yeah, well, he's a fucking idiot. He shouldn't have come up with that idea.
Why didn't you tell him to not come up with that idea?
That's a stupid idea.
You're the ones that enforced it, and now...
I didn't enforce it,
and
I have
now,
no choice.
Finally, it's out of your hands, and I no longer have to put up with this shit. And it's in the hands of a champion that I respect, unlike you. I still have my belt.
I was a respectable champion.
My belt looks really good. So everyone knows the last time we were here, we discussed Jinder Mahal's continued push.
Yes, we discussed that.
We did discuss it, yes. And a couple of interesting things here, namely one from XXX 90100, which says, "This is what Vince wants. American audiences to hate him, Indian audiences to love him, and Smarks to just get pissed because Smarks are making WWE lose audience." Of course, referring to Jinder Mahal's push being that you want the Indian fans to come flocking back to the product just because someone from their country is in contention for a championship. But he's not going to win. He just has to be in contention for people to actually pay attention to him. Apparently that's the logic at work here, but nevertheless, American audiences do hate Jinder Mahal. I've yet to see any fans of his work.
Yeah, the thing is that it's a gimmick that will get him heat,
which is good.
But it's not. But then on the other hand, it's also heat where it's like X-Pac heat, which is like. Sam, have you heard of the term before?
Yeah, of course I have, and I've had this conversation with you many different times. What other ways are there to get heat anymore?
It's just get the hell off my screen, go away. And it's insulting to the viewer's intelligence as well if you just have a random person who hadn't really won a match in so long. And yes, he had won one when he came back or whatever. But the guy wrestled on main event and now, just out of nowhere, he's the number one contender. That doesn't make sense. That's insulting to the viewer's intelligence. And I understand the need to create new stars, but again, like I said last week, it's got to be based on some kind of logic. Like something storyline wise, or something like booking wise where it just makes sense. And there were people on there that you could do that with. Maybe like a Baron Corbin, or maybe like a Sami Zayn that you could have pushed. But no, we give it to this guy, because fuck it.
Because he looks like a giant horse cock.
No,
the amount of veins
you don't
in him.
Understand this, and I can't get it into my head how you don't understand how the way he looks, like
No.
Body-wise, is a problem.
I know. I get that he looks weird. I get that he looks different. What I don't get is why people are so shocked and amazed about it.
Because the guy clearly isn't 100% clean. He can't.
Who is in wrestling anymore?
I know, but Christ's sake, it's like saying the only way you'll ever get a push is if you have like muscles on top of muscles on top of muscles that looks unnaturally weird. And I thought we were past this shit.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
to
not
the
like
point
Daniel
where-
Bryan was, a genetic freak.
Oh, but they didn't even.
Or
but they
Seth
didn't even want him.
Rollins, or
They didn't even
Dean
bloody want him to be
Ambrose,
champion to begin
or
with.
AJ
So that's a moot point.
Styles, or Bray Wyatt, or, it's one guy. You're putting all of this, stuff on the just because one guy does it, that means it's how it's always
that's not
been.
the point. It's just the fact that you're gonna push a guy that looks like that, which sends off a bad impression to anyone else.
Why?
And then not only that, if you are a Kevin Owens or if you are an AJ Styles, what the fuck incentive is there to be on this show?
Because you will get world title reigns like both of them did.
Yeah, but God, if you're just gonna give it to a random person just because he looks the way he does.
But it's not just because he looks the way he does, it's because of their Indian
Please.
expansion. We've been over
Okay,
this.
that and the expansion. Alright, but then what the fuck? I mean,
It makes sense.
it doesn't.
It does.
It doesn't.
Okay, we're at a brick
Gradually
wall
push
again.
this guy. Or at least make people care about him before you do anything with him, at least.
Okay, that, yeah. It's clear
That's
no one
my
cares about
problem.
him. But I think it's unfair to just pin it all on because he takes steroids. Clearly.
Well, he shouldn't. Well, okay. Allegedly. I don't know if he does or he doesn't. He probably did at one point, because if you look at pictures from when he was, on NXT to now, or his, other run to now, there's no comparison. It's like fucking red and blue. It looks completely different. What the hell? So, for me, his character is not just boring and uninteresting. It's just, I'm a rich guy from an a rich educational background, and it's just crap. It's generic. I'm a foreigner, boo me. Oh, I'm rich, boo me. I am smarter than all of you, boo me. It's not even original, and it's the way he looks, and it's happened out of nowhere. It's just stupid, and he's gonna get RKO'd in 20 seconds and lose anyway. What's the fucking point?
To pad out time. That's what I've always said. It's just another thing that they have so that they don't have an actual guy that they properly care about fighting Randy Orton. Like a Baron Corbin.
But it'd make more sense to push Corbin at this point.
I mean, it would, but he's not Indian. Maybe if they were trying to expand into wherever Baron Corbin's from, the motorcycle club. Maybe if they were trying to get those bikers really into the WWE product, they might push Baron Corbin, but nah. It's because they want to get the Indian people in that they have to push an Indian man.
But this is like what I said last week. What about the rest of the freaking world? The rest of the world don't think he's any good.
Yeah, but then again, about 1 billion people are gonna be into it now, so...
Oh, but it's just that's...
I'm not advocating it, I'm just saying that's why it's happening. Don't take it out on me, take it out on Vince. Which, by the way, last week we discussed his movie.
Yes.
We have a comment from Order66 which says, the Vince McMovie will of course be a puff piece. There won't be a movie about him that's anywhere close to truthful until after he's dead.
I listened to someone... What is his name? Something Solomon or something. I don't know. Salamander?
Solomonster?
I don't know. Basically, he reported that somebody else reported...
Someone reported.
They found out what the screenplay looked like for this film.
Interesting.
Now, there are bits and pieces that are really, really weird. For instance, Vince meets Linda in a strip club. Second, Andre the Giant was working in a French restaurant when he found Andre the Giant.
Okay.
The other things that are really weird
Mhm.
is that it insinuates that Stephanie and the Macho Man, and that's what got Macho fired. There are other things that are very strange, but they are the 3 most insulting and strange things that you will ever see in your life. Now, this screenplay was from a couple of years ago, so no one really knows if it's actually part of the movie this time, but it doesn't really make a lot of sense and kind of takes a few, what is the term? Artistic liberties, I suppose, and doesn't really... Because Vince's story is pretty weird as it is. Like, he's done interviews where it's like, yeah, my stepdad walked out on us, like him and his mum, and he lived in a fucking trailer, and he's now Vince McMahon. That's a story in its own right. You don't need to, like, start twisting the truth to make it more interesting. It's Vince McFucking-Man, right? He's got the most interesting story, probably, of any promoter on the planet. It's up there with, like, Don King. Like, how do you... just tell the story like it is. It will be fine.
I mean, yes. But at the same time, remember that time when, I think it was in like 2006, where they had those series of backstage segments where Triple H was looking for Shawn Michaels, who were in DX at the time.
Yes.
And eventually Triple H found Shawn Michaels working backstage as a chef.
Right.
Don't tell me for a sec that you wouldn't want to see Andre the Giant in that same scenario.
Oh, but it's just stupid and unrealistic.
It's wrestling! It's a movie about a man who basically invented wrestling as it is today. It's gonna be weird, it's gonna be dumb, it's gonna make no sense.
I mean,
This isn't a UFC movie, Andy.
There's other things that are very strange that I can't remember off the top of my head. But, like, it's all very odd. Like, it said that, like, Jimmy Snuka was a porn actor. And, like, stuff like that. And, well, that's not true at all. It's all very strange.
As it would be.
And the thing is, like, at what point do you end the movie? Because the guy is obviously still alive and he's still active and he's not like he's retired or anything. So, at what point do you end the movie?
When he becomes president.
No. So, yeah. There's just a few leaked things that probably won't be in the movie now because they've been leaked. So
That's often how they go. One final comment from Ngunta which says, all 3 WCPW World Heavyweight Champions have been signed by WWE, namely Big Damo, Killian Dane, Joseph Connors, and Drew Galloway, Drew McIntyre. Is this WWE legitimizing WCPW on purpose?
no.
I don't know if
just-
stealing the talents from the indie scene is legitimizing anything.
No, they're just stealing talent. And that's what they've always done.
Well,
Since-
stealing, quote-unquote. They never belonged to WCPW.
Yeah, I mean, from the indies just as a whole. I
Yeah.
mean, that's been their MO since the 80s, so what's the difference?
I mean, unless he means legitimizing them in the form of competition. Which could
Nah.
be a case maybe a couple of years down the line. As far as I'm aware, WCPW have only been around for less than a year, right?
Yes, less than 1 year.
And they clearly have a butt ton of money, otherwise they wouldn't be signing all of the famous names in the history of wrestling to come to their shows.
This is true.
So, maybe we could have a new WCW on our hands.
I doubt it.
It'd be fun to see.
I mean, I'm happy for them. I'm happy that British wrestling British wrestling in this country. Wow, that British wrestling is actually like taking off as well as it is.
Yeah, it's been a while.
About bloody time.
It is.
The more the merrier, is what I say. The
More the merrier. So what are we talking about today?
So, what are we talking about today? Well, today is May the 4th, and May the 4th be with you, but that's not it.
Nerd.
On Sunday, it was Payback, and I fell asleep during it, so I watched it the next day. Do you want to discuss what happened, Sam?
Yeah.
Alrighty, so basically, notable things that happened at this pay-per-view. Bray Wyatt defeated Randy Orton thanks to Jinder Mahal's interference.
Do we want to talk about the House of Horrors match first?
Yeah, the House of Horrors was the worst thing I've ever seen, probably, maybe ever.
Typical
at least
Andy
this year,
Kwan
anyway.
overreaction.
No, it was fucking terrible.
Nah.
Let's just go with that then. Fuck it. Why is that an overreaction then?
Okay, the worst thing you've ever seen.
The
How many
worst thing
things
I've
have you
ever seen is going to be on Patreon. So please donate, and you'll see why.
Good plug. No, it wasn't that bad. And I know that you don't like silliness and goofiness and unrealistic things in wrestling, which is why you don't like The Undertaker or Finn Balor or Mick Foley, right?
No, what in God's name are you right? This was stupid, okay? The house went from blue to red for some reason.
Yeah.
There was like a weird statue, like Blair Witch style.
Mm-hmm.
It was nighttime, even though it's San Jose, and at that time it would have been daytime.
Yeah.
What else was wrong with it? Weird dolls.
A fridge pinned Randy Orton to become the new World Heavyweight Champion.
See what I mean?
That was great. I'm a big fan of the fridge now. I think the fridge will be a better contender at Backlash than Jinder Mahal, but...
No. I want the fridge. Well,
I mean, the fridge is already technically the linear champion. So... we now have a world where a fridge is now the linear WWE champion. And I'm more than happy.
Here is my $1 million question.
Okay, hit me with it.
How did Randy Orton get back to the arena before Bray Wyatt?
There was a rip in space and time located within the fridge itself. So Randy Orton climbed into the fridge, and then he came out where he was meant to be.
So he was in the fridge,
and
then he ended up in the SAP arena.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No.
Randy Orton saw that the limousine was driving away, so with his snake-like agility, he slid all across the lawn, and he hid underneath the limousine, like Sideshow Bob in The Simpsons, until it got to the arena.
No.
Okay, it doesn't make sense.
There we go, that's the one.
I'm gonna go with the first option. I think that's the most fun.
I just don't understand.
In this scripted form of entertainment.
It's not even good.
That's subjective.
So anyway, other things happened, such as Brock Lesnar was in all the adverts for this event and wasn't there. I don't remember what the fuck even happened at this event.
Cesaro and Sheamus turned heel.
Oh, okay.
Believably so. I'm not going to rag on this. I think this is a good idea. Because on the Raw afterwards, well, we should say at Payback, Sheamus kicked Jeff Hardy in the face so hard that he lost a tooth.
Yep, that's the thing that happened.
And made Brian Alvarez very upset.
What else happened?
So then on Raw, I'm not done with this part. Cesaro and Sheamus come out. Cesaro turning heel alongside Sheamus, even though they had a good dynamic going anyway. And they cut a believable promo as to why they turned heel, in that the Hardy Boys are nostalgia acts, and the fans are now completely behind them, rather than Cesaro and Sheamus, who they used to be behind before the Hardys came along. So now, they're mad. And they're going to take it out on the nostalgia act. It's almost as if you wrote this.
What? I wouldn't write this kind of thing.
Don't lie. So, that's good. I'm glad they have a slightly different direction to go into now, because all I've heard recently is Liam complaining about them, saying how they're not going to last, and how they're just going to dissolve eventually. Now they have a new direction to go into, and have added at least a couple more months onto their tenure as a tag team. And you're going to get the same people complaining about, oh, Cesaro should be a single star. Should he? He's clearly a tag team guy. Remember Kings of Wrestling?
His whole career he's been a tag team guy.
Exactly. Why do people act as if he's like this sleeping candidate for future world champion?
It's not like he was in a tag team called the Kings of Wrestling.
It's literally what I just said.
All right. Well,
Kings of Wrestling, Tyson and Cesaro, Cesaro. There's plenty more. And yes, we know he's had a singles run, and yes, we know he's had shots at the World Championship. Not directly, but he's been involved. I am not a fan of Cesaro as a main eventer.
I think he's got the potential to be it, because he obviously does connect with the
yes,
audience.
Everyone has a potential, but it's just that, if he was in the same position that, say, Roman Reigns was in, you would have the same amount of people complaining.
No, I don't think that at all.
Because of his mic skills.
I don't think he's that bad.
I mean, on Raw, he showed that he was good, but more often than not, it's a hit and miss with Cesaro.
Well, the problem is that Vince said on that Steve Austin show thing once upon a time that the reason why they haven't pushed Cesaro is he doesn't connect with the audience. It's like, are you completely mad? Like, well, yeah, he came up with Great Balls of Fire. So I mean, that's that's the thing.
You mean the greatest pay-per-view name of all time?
Please don't.
But we've actually yet to discuss on the show, so we might as well talk about that a little bit later after we're done with Payback.
Yeah, this event is pretty uneventful, to be honest.
I mean, not really. You had the show open with Chris Jericho defeating Kevin Owens by submission in the Walls of Jericho. Has that ever happened before?
That was pointless.
Has anyone ever actually tapped to the Walls of Jericho?
It was pointless.
Oh, pointless? Because on SmackDown, he lost it again. Oh, no, it's pointless. Oh, I'm so mad. What?
Well, this Face of America thing is just terrible as well.
It's not. It's better than his Universal title run, which was the worst title run of 2016.
No.
It was. He didn't defend the belt clean once.
Huh?
He didn't defend the belt clean once.
He's a heel. That's what they do.
No. Heels win clean some of the time. Not 0% of the time.
Yeah, it was building to... Anyway, so the point is...
it was terrible, and this is okay.
The best part of the show was... Braun!
Oh yeah, Braun beat Roman Reigns clean, and he messed him up very, very hard. To the point where Roman was bleeding, and looked like he was dead. He literally looked like he was just dead on the mat. And everyone got real scared. Because everyone thought he was actually dead.
Braun is the man.
Braun is my new favourite wrestler.
Braun is a great.
And not just because he destroyed Roman Reigns, it's because it's been getting to that point for a while. He's the most entertaining person on Raw at the moment.
And the thing is, like, for a big dude, he's a very agile guy.
Mm. And he can do kip-ups, for fuck's sake.
It's great. I don't normally like that kind of person because I'm a dickhead, and that's just what I.
At least you own it.
Yeah. And I'm like, they have to be an independent darling. They have to be.
They had to have been wrestling for 10 years before they ever get to the WWE.
But Braun is just brilliant. He's a character that I've always wanted to see on WWE television because they've actually done the one thing that I've always wanted them to do. Just push a big person and just run him over everyone. And he's actually done that. It's a fucking miracle.
I'm just going to remind you of the time that he lost to Roman Reigns at Fastlane and you despaired.
Yeah, I despaired at that because I'm like, God damn it!
It clearly hurt him forever, didn't it?
It would have been better if he won Fastlane.
Well, yes, but Roman Reigns was going to face The Undertaker. He needed to win.
Braun.
I
Braun
wait.
can do
I
no
await the
wrong.
day for you to get over the mentality that one loss ruins everybody.
Braun is the man.
Yes, he is. And also, during this pay-per-view, Alexa Bliss defeated Bayley with a DDT to become the first ever woman to hold both the Raw and SmackDown Women's Championships. Not Charlotte. Alexa Bliss got there first.
That's because Alexa Bliss is the greatest thing in the women's division.
She's up there. I don't know about
What
the
is better
greatest.
than Alexa Bliss?
On some days, Charlotte.
God's sake.
On
no.
some days, for fuck's sake. Don't chew me out for having a different opinion than you, for God's sake.
No, this is called a debate. Her promos are terrible.
Alexa has also had some terrible promos.
And Charlotte's nudes have been leaked.
So,
What
does that have to do with anything?
That was a segue. That's not what they
that
call
was a terrible
segue.
segue when we're not even done with Payback yet.
No, well, with this event, I fell asleep during this event when it was live.
Well, that's your problem, not mine. It's not my fault you can't have a proper sleeping pattern.
What, being awake at 2 a.m. is a normal sleeping pattern?
For me. Anyway. Bliss defeated Bayley. New Raw Women's Champion. Good. I'm not a fan of Bayley as champion.
I kind of want Sasha Banks to turn already.
Don't we all, buddy?
God.
Don't we all want Sasha Banks to turn heel?
She's annoying as a face.
Yeah. It's almost as if we've been saying this since last year. Turn her heel, please.
Please.
Please. For the love of
Please.
God. They turned Dana Brooke into a face. For some reason. I don't know why. I don't know what they're doing with her, or where she's going. But apparently they have some ideas for their Raw Women's division now that don't revolve around the same two people.
Thank you, God.
Thank you. And on SmackDown, it's a little bit better as well, because you now have a weird trio stable, which has been called the Welcoming Committee.
No. You can't say good and say welcoming committee in the same sentence. That's not a thing.
It's not like it's their official name. Even if it is, it's not the worst name that we've ever had for a stable. With
What
women.
would be the worst?
PCB was pretty shit.
Oh, yes.
Team Bad was even worse. Team
No, I think
Bellas,
Welcoming
starring
Committee's up
all of
there.
the Bellas, including Alicia Fox, was also pretty bad. Do you
Is it
get
me
what
or
I'm
is
saying?
SmackDown just like completely driven off a cliff?
No. It's actually okay. It's not as bad as Raw.
Are you? No, I think Raw's better.
On some weeks, yes. But then on other weeks, it's clearly SmackDown that's better.
No, I think SmackDown is just fucked. Like,
Oh my god.
alright, explain this to me then, Samuel. How is it then that, I don't know, somebody like the club, okay, that's not a good example, but somebody that's just not particularly good lose on Raw, but the Colons are like, we're good.
Sorry, the what?
And Breezango are now good? How? No. Just
Breezango
no.
are entertaining. And they're good in ring. Remember when Tyler Breeze happened? Remember how he's actually a good wrestler?
I don't want to talk about Tyler Breeze.
We're talking about Tyler Breeze because you brought him up.
It's a 2K joke.
Oh my god. Doing
Let's
shows
talk
with you
about
is a
Tyler
fucking
Breeze.
headache. Oh my god. So, what's your point? People getting pushed on SmackDown is a bad thing?
No. There's no logic or rhyme or reason for them to suddenly become good.
Maybe there is when you go to a different show with different writers and different competitors. Just saying, it's not as implausible as you think. Any other questions?
No.
Great balls of fire.
Fuck me. Okay. So, can someone please tell me, in what universe is this a good idea?
Clearly this one because it was greenlit. and it went through.
Is
And
this
now
a wind-up?
in July, is it June or July?
Who cares?
It's
a
July.
shit name.
No, it's July because we have Extreme Rules at some point before Great Balls of Fire.
This thing has got to stop being a name.
Why? What's wrong with it?
Are you crazy? How is saying Great Balls of Fire is... There's nothing wrong with it. Are you mental?
It's funny.
Are you literally...
It's a funny
I don't
name.
even need to explain why it's bad.
It's a funny name. It's a joke.
It's a pay-per-view!
So...
It's not meant to be fucking hilariously funny.
why not?
You might as well call fucking the pay-per-view after SummerSlam Turd Sandwich at this fucking rate.
See, the
Like-
difference between Great Balls of Fire and Turd Sandwich is that Great Balls of Fire is funny.
No,
Turd
it's
Sandwich
not.
is just not. Because,
Why
as
is
we all
Great
know,
Balls of Fire is
you
not
can't make
funny?
jokes.
It's not even good.
that's why it's
It's
funny.
a shit song from the 70s or some fucking... my brain. Fuck off.
So you just don't like the song. That's
I
why you
don't
hate
like
it.
that. I don't like the name. Have you seen that meme that Matthew of Botchamania posted where it's that Simpsons thing where it says Great Balls of Fire and then Vince McMahon is in a wheelbarrow and then Triple H is like wheeling it down the road and it turns out he's wheeling him into a nut house?
Yeah, it's funny when you explain jokes.
Well, that's where he's gone insane. He's lost his mind. He literally thinks that's a good idea for a pay-per-view. Even the wrestlers were like, no, this is stupid. Are you serious? This is a wind-up, isn't it? They're going to just change it to something else.
I don't want them to. It's funny. It's funny. It's just dumb, stupid fun. Because, you know, the WWE should take itself so seriously all of the time
Yeah,
with
but
names
you're like from
Vengeance,
the outside.
Backlash.
You're like, oh, let me watch wrestling and see what it's like. WWE presents Great Balls of Fire. You're like, no, turn this shit off. What is this bollocks? What is this shit?
It's a
It
funny
just
name
makes it
for a
look
pay-per-view.
stupid and hokey and
It's
just...
wrestling! It's been stupid and hokey since day one.
Though this is even worse then. This is super weird and hokey.
No, it's not like the undead zombie wizard.
Oh God, we're still banning Great Bollocks, Nads of Fire,
Nads!
Testes. It's a stupid name. It's
funny.
like, it's almost if someone went, you know what we should also have? Victory Chode. That'd be a great name for a pay-per-view. But the difference between our derpy Suplah brawl is it's supposed to be funny, and WWE is supposed to be a serious wrestling company.
I don't think
A
I've ever
global
heard
fucking
anyone
company.
other than you laugh at the name Victory Chode.
Whatever.
Because unlike you, a lot of our sense of humors revolve around more than just penises and you know, fecal matter.
I'm not the one who came up with the name.
But you've been the one who's campaigning for it literally non-stop for months now.
No, I mean Great Balls of Fire. Victory Chode is a... Yeah, but we're not a serious promotion. That's global. It's the WWE. What the hell? You can't call an event Great Balls of Fire.
They can,
What does
and
that
they
even
have.
mean? What is it? Literally going to be balls literally on fire? Is that... What? What does that even mean? Why didn't you
So
just
now
keep
you
it a
want
bad
pay-per-view
blood?
names to make sense.
It's the name of a show. Can you imagine Paul Heyman going, "A Great Balls of Fire, my client Brock Lesnar." Shut up.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Fuck's sake.
When are you gonna stop taking wrestling so damn seriously? When are you gonna do that? You might enjoy it more. Just saying.
Why are you trolling me? Why do you cause me great amounts of pain?
Because you also cause me great amounts of pain, fuckface.
I am not fuckface.
Mm-hmm.
Next.
What other news do we have?
Well, Billy Corgan is basically buying the NWA.
Wow. Where the fuck
This-
did this come from?
God only knows. So, those of you who don't know, the NWA is not that rap group from the 90s, but a wrestling organisation that
been
used
around
to be
for
very,
100
very
years.
popular. What?
It's been around for like 100 years, hasn't it?
Yes, it's been around for a while, but it kind of doesn't really matter since like 1990 fucking 3 or something.
For about 25 years, it's not really meant anything because they don't have any TV deals. It's not really. It's a product of an older era of wrestling.
Yes.
The territory
Basically,
era.
it's just a group of really small companies. Like, okay, the NWA has gone from having like Ric Flair,
Dusty
Rhodes, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
To now having Rob Conway.
No, it's worse than that.
Colt
It's gone from then having.
Cabana.
I'm going through the whole timeline, and then you had like TNA that had the belts. So you had Jeff Jarrett, AJ Styles, Raven having the title.
Raymond.
To Rob Conway having the title. Adam Pearce.
Adam Pearce was alright.
To now, Tim Storm. Whoever the hell he is.
Any relation to Tony?
I don't know. Probably not.
Yeah, the NWA hasn't been important at all for several years now, and because Billy Corgan now has that fuck TNA money, he's decided to buy the NWA from Bruce Tharp. Is that his name?
Yes. Basically, Tharp, or whatever the hell his name is.
Thorpe Park.
His idea was from, instead of like having an exclusive group, he was like, pay us and we'll license you the NWA name so you can stick it on your promotion. Which kind of has worked, sort of. But the problem is it's kind of completely diluted it even further. It would be interesting to see what a Billy Corgan does with this fledgling group. Because that belt has like 120 something, I don't know. It's got a legacy that goes over hundreds of years. So, like, I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know how this is going to affect all the companies that are in the NWA. I have no idea what he can possibly do to save this thing, because it hasn't really existed for 20 plus years. So, this is different, but we shall see.
What do you want them to do?
But it's almost as if this is what Global Force was supposed to be.
No, it's a genuine question. What do you want Mr. William Corgan to do with the NWA? What is the end goal here? What do you want to see happen? Here's what I want to see. I want to see a company come up and have it be so good that it dethrones TNA entirely.
Yeah, that's the plan. I think that would be good.
But now that TNA, it would have been doable if TNA was how it was maybe a year ago, but now that it's owned by the people that own the Fight Network, I don't think that's going to happen anymore. So what I instead want is, I don't know, I just want something that's new and exciting and different. Because, yeah, I know I can go and watch Japan. I know I can watch the British Indies who haven't stopped entertaining me for years now. And I could just go watch those and be happy, unlike Andy. But, I don't know. Something in America needs to come up and be a good alternative to the people that live in America. It's just an idea.
Yeah, I mean...
Because you have Ring of Honor, which is... It's existing still. It's hemorrhaging talent, but at least it's still there. And you have PWG, which is good, but it's not on TV. It does DVD deals and stuff, and that's very good, but it's quite niche still.
The issue the NWA have is they have Billy Corgan has a mountain to climb to even get to remotely that point, because the NWA literally is so small at this stage that if we were playing EWR, I don't know what category you would put it in. Like, would you put it as a regional thing? It can't be, because these companies are so small that it's like, It's hard to even define what it is. And they don't have a TV deal nationally. They don't have iPay-per-view or anything. I think they should try and I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't really know what the answer is. But if Billy's got up yours TNA money and LOL, I was the lead singer of the Smashing Pumpkins money. If he can, I think they should just have 5 promotions or something in different areas and just leave it at that. Or try and do deals with say a Ring of Honor and just say, look, you can be one territory and you could ask a Japanese company, you could be a territory, or I don't know. Work with what you got, I think would probably be for the best. Because the NWA title was defended in Ring of Honor at one point.
Oh yeah. The NWA has a big legacy about it, and obviously there's stuff there to work with, but maybe he knows what he's doing. He's dabbled in wrestling, we very well know this, and it hasn't turned out great for him, but I have faith in Billy Corgan to do well, and I hope that he does. Because if you don't have faith, then what do?
Don't buy a wrestling company.
Exactly. Adam Cole, baby! He might be going to WWE.
Is he going to NXT, or is he going to be
Here's the news. Adam Cole is officially a free agent. He's no longer signed to Ring of Honor. There are 2 parties most interested in pursuing him. WWE and New Japan. Let's have a look at both of these options. Adam Cole, for those who don't know, is the only 3-time Ring of Honor World Champion. He's been with Ring of Honor for several years. He's become a very popular talent there. And he's also been working New Japan as of late. He's been involved in the Bullet Club stable since, I think, about a year ago, almost. Wherein he has been mostly centered in Ring of Honor. He's won the World Championship a couple of times. He's been feuding with Kyle O'Reilly, who was gone from Ring of Honor as well, as we know. But there are rumors that he would like to go, at least, to NXT. Because it's the better
NXT
place to
needs
go.
more people.
Yeah. More dream match candidates, and also I would say it's better for talent to go to NXT first rather than straight onto the main roster, because it's a gamble when you do that. You can't all be like AJ Styles. You might end up like Carl Anderson. But that's another point entirely. Adam Cole is pretty fucking good. He's pretty damn good. He's one of the best talents on the indies at the moment. And it has been for several years. So, a run in NXT would be very good for him. Let's just say that much. I mean, obviously, you've paid attention to Ring of Honor for a couple of years now. You know much about Adam Cole, Andrew.
Yes, Adam Cole originally started in the whole, I think it was the Jim Cornette era of Ring of Honor.
It was, yes.
He was brought in alongside the likes of Kyle O'Reilly. Kyle O'Reilly.
You almost say Tyler Rex.
No, I didn't.
Kyle Rex.
Shush. So, basically, what happened was, they were brought in as Future Shock, I believe they were called. It's
they were,
generic name in history. They split up. They have a feud. Adam Cole becomes a Ring of Honor champion, which I think is one of the best champions they had. And then, in just recent memory, he joined the Bullet Club for life. Just like 90% of the independent wrestling scene. And ever since then, he's just been doing things in Ring of Honor and New Japan.
Yeah. He won the Ring of Honor Championship for a 3rd time. He's the only guy to do that. There have only been 2 other 2-time World Champions in Ring of Honor.
I believe they would be
Austin Aries.
Yep, and I want to say no, Punk won it once.
Yeah. Joe had it once, right?
Did Jay Briscoe have it twice?
I think so.
Is it Mark Briscoe or Jay Briscoe? One
Jay
of the
Briscoe.
Briscoes, anyway.
It's Jay Briscoe.
Okay.
Either way. Impressive acumen. And he's young as well. He's younger than Seth Rollins, I believe. He's either 29 or 30, last time I checked. So, good time to be alive for Adam Cole, I'm sure.
Wonderful!
The only problem is, and it's the same question that I ask whenever NXT gets a new talent in, such as Adam Cole from the Indies. Is it getting too crowded there?
No.
You don't think so?
God, no. If you compare it to what it was like a year ago, they need more bloody people.
Well, yes, they do, but my argument is they have so many people that they can use. They're just not using them for some reason.
Well,
Like, Cassius Ohno returned. What has he done? He fought Bobby Roode for the World Championship once.
Yeah, why are they doing a takeover so close?
What do you mean?
Well, they're doing takeover Chicago in like 16 days as of this recording.
16 days?
Yeah.
It's that soon?
Yeah, NXT takeover Chicago will be at the Allstate Arena in Rosemont, Illinois, and it will be May 20th, which is in 16 days.
So the day before Backlash.
Yeah. And the last one, by the way, was
Orlando.
This is just...
NXT.
Yeah,
You need to calm down and you need to think a bit more.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all well and good. You have all of these, like, women talent finally getting a spotlight, like, fuck, I say that, I forget her name. Ruby Riott. That was it. I almost said Ruby Rose. But Ruby Riott is now fighting for the Women's Championship alongside Nikki Cross and Ember Moon in the four-way. A couple of other things as well, but it's like, you have guys on NXT that they come out, they have matches, and that's it. There's no, like, storyline involved with them. Like Almas. Why is he losing all the time? He should be one of their top pushed heel talents.
They need to at least...
Is Bobby Roode over, or is his theme song over? I can't even tell anymore nowadays. It's just, there's a couple of problems with NXT right now, and I think that just adding more names into the pot doesn't fix it.
Gargano and Ciampa are good, but I'm still not really into the Authors of Pain.
You loved the Authors of Pain when we last spoke about them. You were like, oh, it's great, we need a horse tag team.
Did I say that?
Are we having
I've
another
kind of gone
Vaudevillains
off them
bit, Andy?
because they haven't really... They don't really do a lot, do they?
Oh, come on. What do you want them to do?
I don't know, be too many Brauns or something.
So now every big guy needs to be like Braun Strowman.
Yes.
That's boring, Andy.
No.
The reason why Braun is so special is because there's only one of him.
I don't know, maybe, I don't know.
I like big guys destroying others, smaller guys.
I think I'm just tired of them as tag team champions.
They haven't been champions for that long.
That's the problem.
Why is it a problem? It's a problem exclusive to you.
They just don't really... I thought they'd be doing something bit more substance to them by now or something.
What? Like what?
I don't really know.
You're just making shit up at this point. You're just making excuses because you keep flip-flopping on talent because they're a flavor of the month when you like them, and then as soon as they're not, you're like, oh, they're a bit shit, really, when you think about it. You have a problem, Andrew.
Yes. Well, you know who also has a problem, very briefly?
What now?
Charlotte Flair.
Alright, because people are going to ask us about it in the comments. Guys, what do you think of the new Charlotte Flair photos?
I have not seen them. I have no interest in seeing them. But apparently, according to... and I can't believe I'm referencing these people in this show, but, you know, it is what a thing.
Who?
The Sun has... There's a newspaper in this country called The Sun. So...
What do they say, Andrew?
They say that Charlotte Flair has been hacked and her there are private pictures of her that have hit the internet. The site reports that Charlotte is pictured fully naked in some selfies with other intimate poses also shown. Charlotte has posted the following on Twitter, commenting about it. Private photos of mine were stolen and shared publicly without my consent. These images must be removed from the internet immediately. So there's another person with their news online.
So number one, that's the same statement they all make.
Yeah,
I swear, word for word, that is the same statement that Seth Rollins made back in the day when his news were leaked.
Yeah, I don't get this. Why do people take photos of themselves?
That's another debate entirely. Second of all, it must be removed from the internet immediately. Do you know how the internet works?
Yeah, once it's online,
It ain't going off.
it doesn't go away.
It goes into corners of the internet where you don't see it, but it's still there. Forever. More importantly, people are going to ask, what do we think of it? I think the same about it as I do every other nude leak. It's bad, it shouldn't happen. People have their own private lives, let them live them.
Yeah, I don't understand what the...
Unless it's like Paige where when you're jizzing onto company property, then it's a problem.
Yeah, that's an issue.
There's nothing like that here.
I think the thing is that we're all entitled to our private lives, so...
Well, of course we are.
Who cares? I mean, like, I don't get it. Why do you... I mean, I don't care. It's not an issue to me. Why would someone go out their way to do this? I don't...
Do what?
Well, hack a phone, or hack a cloud, or hack a whatever it is.
People aren't very nice, Andy.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, I
don't know. I just don't get it. I don't see what the problem is. And it's not even that big, unless there's other things that come out where it involves other people. Hint, hint. Xavier Woods. With the whole Page thing that happened. Also, something fucking hilarious happened on 205 Live, which I might want to just briefly talk about. So, Corey Graves. There's, that storyline with Noam Dar and Alicia Fox?
Yeah.
And they're having that thing. Do you know about this?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, Corey Graves made a joke about Todd Phillips' Instagram saying he wanted to, was it face fuck someone?
Yeah.
So it was hilariously funny, and at least Todd Phillips has a sense of humor because he laughed. What a good guy.
Great. I'm so glad we were enlightened about this joke.
Wonderful! So yeah, the Charlotte thing, just stop it.
There's a reason why we don't like to talk about it at length on these shows. Because Andy's awkward as fuck.
I'm not awkward as fuck.
Awkward as fuck. And I don't care. So, take that for what you will. Your questions have been answered. Where can you find us, Andrew?
Well, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Just search for the Suplah and you will find us. We also have a gaming channel if you don't like wrestling, which is very strange because why have you been watching this?
Well, you don't like wrestling and you're a part of this show.
You can put in Suplah Gaming and we'll come up. We play Grand Theft Auto mostly, which...
Yeah, when are you going to stop doing that?
At some point when people stop watching it, which is never. So what else is there? We have a Patreon page where you can get exclusive content of us reviewing things. We just recently reviewed WCW Sold Out 1997, which I need to put on Patreon. So I just fucking gave that away. I'm an idiot. Oh well, if you would like to watch that. It's fucking horrendous. You can pay $5 a month, and you can do that. And other exclusive content, and maybe more. Also, you can go to WrestlePundit.com. That's where we get our news from. It's Keelan's website. Keelan lives over there. What else is there? I think I did it. I think I actually got it right this week. You can also leave a comment down below. We'll read them.
There you go.
And we'll do that. We'll read them. We actually read this stuff. Even the people
Only
who
when
troll
I'm
us,
here.
which makes me cry. Also, I have been Andy Quad.
I've been Sam Brooks, and I suffer more and more each week that I'm sat next to this moron.
You're not sat next to me, so...
Kayfabe.
Oh. Goodbye!
Oh! Oh, don't do that. What do you think?